Good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's having a great morning or gets up to a great morning. We're out here, sun shining, starting to, just peeking over the edge of the house over here. I've been making some videos, my last couple ones, about we don't give up, man. We just keep going. And you know, I know at times, like especially when you're at your worst, it just sounds stupid. It almost sounds insulting for someone to say, "Oh, you can do it, you can do it." That's just the ego. Um, but I know it can get really, really, really down there, and it can get really dark. And addiction is one of them paths that takes us to some pretty dark places. And I know in my personal journey, a lot of the harm that I did while on these drugs to my family, to myself, to the community, I just wasn't aware. I had no concept of I do this now, what happens? Even in common sense scenarios. I mean, just to go from like, we'll start with where I got in my accident. I was drinking 2/5 of vodka a day, and when I got in the wreck, I tested positive for a whole panel of drugs. And that was just a start. I've been paralyzed about 20 years. Um, Only the past 5, 6, I've been really pushing forward to try to make something better. Before that, I mean, I was getting hit by cars on the highway in my power chair. Cars going 50. I got airlifted off the highway. And the grace of God, the universe, the cosmos, whomever it is that feels that I'm worthy and that I deserved. Because at the time, I didn't have much that I contributed to the universe. I took. But I kept getting warnings. I kept getting warnings. I kept getting warnings. Warnings, just like that highway incident when I was hit. I was ejected from my chair. I had my dog on my lap. Yeah, she's fine. Dressed all in camouflage. I was on the way to the store to get some more ingredients to make up some shake bake. First time I've never cooked meth, to be honest. It's never been one of my fortes. I don't like it. Um, but on that mission, I was on that, and I think Clonopins were on board, so I don't know what really happened. I passed out in the highway or something. It's my buddy's birthday, and he's walking ahead of me, and I woke up to him dragging me out of the road, and a can of ether in my backpack going tss, where it got hit. He got rid of all that, but I got put on a helicopter, and I got airlifted to St. John's or up to the hospital, and they took me in and they started scanning me for trauma. I didn't break nothing. I didn't break nothing. The car was going 50. I was ejected and landed on the highway. Now, with paraplegia, for instance, bone density is not the greatest because when you don't bear weight on your bones, they get brittle and they break real easy. I broke my kneecap, and I don't know if there's anything more on that incident, but I broke it falling from my bed to a carpeted floor, and it broke my femur. But I was ejected from a power wheelchair, and these things are big. This chair is like 300 pounds. I'm assuming the car hit the chair. The chair absorbed the impact. I was ejected. Hit Bella. But still, the absurdity of landing in the middle of the highway and having only a blood blister on the bottom of my foot, where when I flew, my legs were like this when I came down, and when they hit the pavement, it busted a big blood blister on the bottom of my heel. I did have to have that debrided and taken care of, but that was it. And that's just kind of absurd. My main accident was, on my birthday, and I went out, and it was within the hour that I was born. I got in the wreck, and I was ejected from the side window of the car, and I had a cross on my neck. And when they found me in the field, I guess the cross was like on my leg. Those are two. I mean, the overdoses. I've had so many overdoses as far in as dog pills, phenobarbital, which is a barbiturate. They give them dogs for seizures. I overdosed on that. I've overdosed on amitriptyline twice and ended up on ventilators. I was drug seeking, and you know, I was trying to get stuff for pain, and I went to the hospital, and I went in and they gave me some medicine. They gave me just my basic stuff. My amitriptyline, yeah, and hydroxyzine, whatever meds was on at that time, but no pain meds. So I got in my wheelchair and I drove to the other big hospital in town, and I went into the lobby and I took everything that the first hospital had given me, and I overdosed in their lobby. And the one that got me was the amitriptyline. I woke up on a ventilator again. That was the second time I was on a ventilator. I just have so many. I'll touch one more, just because it was bad, man. It was bad. They put me in the hospital for IV antibiotics for a resistant urinary tract infection. Very common with people in my condition, but it wasn't symptomatic, more than likely. I just went in to get treated, because then they put me in and I get pain meds. But they put me in there this time, and they took me off my pain meds. So, Genius Nate, he gets somebody to bring him up some heroin. I don't know a lot about heroin. I haven't done a lot of heroin in my past. Pharmaceuticals was always mine. But I did. And I took it and I shot it into my PICC line, which is a line that they put in for IV antibiotics and for other long-term antibiotics that is longer lasting than just a regular IV. So it goes in up your arm and it dumps into one of these valves that go right down into your heart. So it's just like kind of a main access. And I shot it in there and I woke up. They said they had to give me a bunch of Narcan. And I woke up and it was crazy. Things got weird for a while. They put me in a nursing home up in the city. I'm from down here in the middle of sticks. I mean, not really the city. Been there, whatever. But a nursing home in the big city. Damn thing's got a metal detector on the front door. And it was shortly after that. My mom helped me get home. People just kept hoping, I guess. Got me home, and then I returned another time. And the final time that I'm referring to, not final, but my mom, I was on the phone with her, and we started talking about Shiva, and she just said, that poor dog's at home, and she doesn't know if you're ever coming home. And that started a new phase from where I just expressed here. That started a new phase of my journey. And it's more of what I would like to get to talking about. But I know there's a lot of people that need to hear that, it doesn't matter how bad it gets. If you're still breathing and you still have, the blessings in front of you, even if you can't see it at the moment, even if it's, legs, just appreciate. Find the things that you can feel gratitude. Good thing, good, easy. child or a pet. Those are usually general, even for people messed up, don't have a problem with that. To see the blessing there. And you have to be able to not just see the blessing, but feel the blessing. Like energetically, you have to feel the feeling of that blessing. And as you feel that feeling of that blessing, and then move to another and another, and you build that into a pattern, the universal laws will answer like energy with like energy. You're going to get what you broadcast to the universe. Um, but I hope everybody has a great day. Just remember, keep going. Get you hold of that hope. Just start a little spark.